We're back. We'll speak about Seder Hayom Kufun Hey. Shulchan Aruch says that after a person prays, he's obligated to go to Bet Midrash. As the Gemara Sechet Brachot Samched Dalet says, they will go mechayil lechayil. They'll go from numbers to numbers. You were in a group of people praying. You have to go to another group of people learning. And b'schut this, a person will fulfill right away his obligation to learn Torah daily. Gita bo yomam v'layla, you have to learn Torah day and night, and it's an obligation. It's not like, yeah, Rabbi, it's nice to learn Torah, it's very cute, it's a cool thing to do. It's obligation, it's a must. You must give tzedakah, you must pray, you must learn Torah. And you have to do that not later. A person shouldn't say, oh, when I have free time, I'll learn. You have to make the time. You have to make an appointment. You have to make time. You make time to go to the bathroom. You make time to go to your friends Yoshvo. You make time to go to exercise. You make time to watch the news on your phone. You have to make time to learn Torah right away after you finish praying. The Shulchan Aruch says, even if you have a very busy and very important meeting, Hashem comes first before anybody else. Tell the person, I have a meeting before your meeting. Really, with who? This big CEO. He's the CEO of the world, of the universe. So therefore, I have to make a meeting with him every day. After I pray, I go learn Torah. A person can learn an hour, learn an hour. You can only learn half hour, learn half hour. You can only learn 10 minutes. You should at least set aside a time every day. I make sure I learn Torah. And that way, you don't become ignorant, Chas v'shalom, in the Halacha. Rather, you become closer and closer to Hashem every single day. And this mitzvah is the greatest mitzvah, leads to all other mitzvot. Without Torah, you don't know how to do any other mitzvot. You don't know how to behave. You don't know how to speak. So therefore, a person has to make an obligation to learn Torah in the day, in the morning, right after prayers. And then also he has to learn Torah at night. Some people learn Torah in the morning very well, but at night they don't learn. They're very tired and they have a long work day. A person has to know that in the evening, the Rambam says the Perek Gimel, the evening is when you acquire most of your wisdom. In the morning, you're thinking a lot of things. In the evening, everything is done. Everything is over. There's nothing to worry about. So then you have more of a clear mind to learn Torah. The person has to make sure to use his evenings now, especially now. Shabbat is going to be very long. The Friday night is very long. People end their meal very early. Why should they just go to sleep and sleep 12, 13, 14 hours for what? Why should they waste all that time? Studying Torah, you can sleep. You can sleep. You don't have to sleep 12 hours. You can sleep 10 hours. You can sleep 9 hours. And then you'll gain 3 hours of learning Torah on Shabbat. Friday evening, when do a person have so much of an ability to have free evenings like that to learn Torah? And it's 1,000 times more what says the Ben Ish Chai on Shabbat. So the person has to make sure to utilize his time in the morning, in the evening properly. And a person has to know there's also a prayer. Rabbi Nechoniah ben Akana, he made a prayer that before you go to Bet Midrash, you pray when you come in, and there's a prayer you say when you come out. But a person has to know, even if, let's say, God forbid, you couldn't stay that day, you had an emergency. Rav Acha bar Yaakov, the Gemara Sechet Eruvin says, he used Yaziv Para, he used to borrow. What does it mean, borrow? He used to go and say, even though Hashem, I learn an hour in the morning, I'll borrow from you now 1 hour, and I'll learn and pay you back an hour later. So there used to be Rav Chaim Kanievsky, he used to leave parties in the evening, and they say, Rabbi, where are you going? He says, I have debt. Debt? We'll pay the debts for you. Who do you owe money? So I have debt to Hashem. I borrow from here, I borrow from there. I owe him 1 hour here, I owe him this page that, I have to pay my bills to Hashem. I owe Hashem a certain amount of time to learn Torah, and I have to pay him back. So he left the party early to go finish the learning that he owed to Hashem. This is how much an obligation we have to feel when it comes to learning Torah. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.